What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of FTB Unstable. Oh yeah, guys. So my new favorite thing is running around and exploding all the apples. I'm having so much fun doing this. Yeah, sometimes they don't make it, sometimes they do, and I'm gonna be messing up the terrain a lot, so I'm doing this a little bit further away from my base. But seriously, this is probably the most fun I've had with a mod in a long time. It's just you walk up close to an animal, you're dead. You're dead. Sometimes they go flying, sometimes they don't. I know it's a little mean, but yeah, this side mod, I'm having a good time playing with it. So I'm noticing with the angel ring, like you move pretty fast with it. Like if you're just flying normally, you go this speed, but if you like sprint with it, yeah, the sprinting actually works with the flying so that you can move around pretty quickly with the angel ring, which is pretty awesome. So I think, judging from your guys' comments on the last video, we're going to be taking a look at some more of the size stuff. I haven't even looked and see what's coming up in the future chapters yet. But yeah, I certainly do like going around and just exploding animals nearby me. That's a lot of fun. So let's take a look. We hit C. Yeah, so we had a few more things. We had the numbers 101, the vectors 101. This is probably one that I should read since I'm still trying to learn vectors or whatever. I'm not an expert in any of this stuff. And we also have level 6. So maybe we'll go through these two real quick. I'll just go and read up the tutorials. I'm sure everything that has to do with the numbers and stuff isn't going to be complicated. Oh, you know what? In fact, I just said learn and then I did it. Oh, no, I still got to do this one. So anyway, yeah, I'll go through and read this. In fact, this isn't so long. This is numbers are an essential component to spell programming. These are basic arithmetic operators that can be used for math and spells. If you don't have anything that uses numbers yet, try adding up two constants for a debug trick. Make sure you take note the difference between number and number constant when holding shift on any spell piece. Okay. The parameter that requires a number constant can take a number, but the parameter that takes a number can take a number or a number constant. Well, that's a little confusing. All right, so it just wants us to do the operator sum. Let's just go ahead and make one of these real quick. We'll just delete all of this stuff in here. Get shift right clicked. All right, so we just need to add two numbers, right? So can I type in number? We get this constant number. Let's do another constant number. Add. Is that a thing? Didn't it say that there was like, let's go back here real quick. Operator sum. That's what it is. Let's do sum. All right, so the sum of 0 plus 0, that's going to equal 0. And then we're going to need trick debug. Is it this one? This one. All right, so this one's going to output the target from this. Actually, I don't think that's how that works. Just looking at this, I think I'm going to have to put the number here, and then I'm going to have to put trick debug right there. And I think we're going to have to output the output from this one, I think is how that works. Let's try it. So we do that. This one's going to get number A and number B, like so. So we'll do 2 plus 3. That should equal 5. It looks like everything looks correct. What spell are we going to overwrite on our gun? Let's do the explode. I think that was the one that was actually killing me. So if we right click, we got 5.0. We did it. And then leveled us up to level 7. Even though we did level 5 or tutorial 5. Is that how that's supposed to work? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, you know what? Okay. So we have level 5, level 6, level 6, and then 10, 11. All right, so we're going to be leveling up. Another thing you guys pointed out to me in the comments is that I can scroll all the way down to the bottom, and here's my earlier tutorials. These are things that I didn't know about, so that's pretty awesome. That I said I didn't read all of tutorial 1. Yeah, it's right here, so I can go back and read all of this. I didn't realize all of this was going to be at the bottom, so there you go. Thanks for that tip. All right, so the next one is vectors. And that's not that much either. Okay, so it says vectors are an essential component to spell programming. Many vectorial operations here included are very elementary, such as sum or subtraction. The red piece of the set operators vector construct creates a vector given the X, Y, and Z coordinates. Try to use it with trick add motion to make a spell that makes you jump. Okay, that sounds easy enough. Regarding another complicated piece in this group, a cross product of two vectors is a vector that is perpendicular to both. You can make use of this to get a vector that goes to the player's side by executing the cross product of the player's look vector and 010, which you can get with operator vector construct. Okay, that sounds a little crazy. So I tell you guys what, I am just going to go ahead and try and learn this on my own, and I'll be right back when I got something to show you guys, because I have no idea what I'm doing. All right, guys, so I think I got this figured out. It seemed a little more complicated than what it actually is going to be, but I haven't tried this yet, so I might be doing this completely wrong. Anyway, we have a trick add motion. Yeah, so this takes 3 inputs. It takes a target, a direction, and a speed, right? So the speed is going to be number 2. So we're going to go at a speed of 2. The direction is going to be a vector of x, y, z, y1, x, and z0. So it should be a line straight up and down, I think is how that works. I think, anyway. And then we have, for the target, the caster. That should be me. I think that's how this works. Let's go ahead and put it on a new spell bullet so we can load our gun up fully. We come over here, put our gun, right like so. And there, we got the 4th one in our gun now. So let's, oh, I didn't take it out of the thing. Let's do this C, and then we'll do vector construct. All right. So if this works, I should go up in the air a little bit. I did it! I did the thing! Cool. So we tried this before with a different set of stuff. I was gonna go outside, but there's a spider. Anyway, we tried this before with a different thing to see if I could go up in the air a lot. Let's try right here. Let's see how high we can go. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That didn't take too much damage for me. In fact, I don't even know if that did any damage. Let's wait for that to go back up. Let's try it again and see if I can do it in quick succession and see if we can... Yeah, we can't quite get out of the hole. I wanted to try that, see if we could. Anyway, that's pretty cool. That wasn't so difficult to learn, right? So it's just, you know, a line that's pointing straight up. All we're doing is just saying that, you know, the Y is up and 0, 0. Yep, anyway. So we have, yeah, that's all there is to it. So if we go back to here, alternating casting and block works are the next one. So these sound pretty cool. Or I'm sorry, alternative casting. So what is alternative casting? This is going to be a selector focal point and a selector ruler vector. And then the block works one has break block sequence. That sounds pretty awesome. Operator entity axial look. Vector axis raycast. These sound really complicated. Let's do alternative casting first, and we'll move on to the next one. So alternative casting says, aside from the standard spell bullets, alternative spell bullets can be created that allow for spells to be casted in different ways. Projectile spell bullets, instead of casting spell straight away, emit a projectile that casts a spell upon colliding with something. Grenade spell bullets function similarly to the projectile ones, but create a grenade-style projectile that is affected by gravity and explodes, casting the spell after 3 seconds of being fired. That's pretty awesome. Charge spell bullets work like grenade ones, but will only cast a spell when ignited by a spell detonator item. Mind spell bullets also work like the grenade ones, but will cast a spell once an entity walks into them and walks out. Okay. Spell circle bullets create a spell circle where the caster is looking. The spell is cast on the position of the spell circle 20 times over the course of 5 seconds. So a spell circle could be very dangerous if you do something that, you know, use a lot of your psi power, I guess, because we've seen before when we drain our psi power, yeah, it starts taking damage. If it does this 20 times in a row, that could kill you if you're not very careful with it, right? The usage of alternative bullets like these requires the introduction of the selector focal point piece, which selects the focal point of the spell. For normal spell bullets, the focal point is the player itself, whereas for projectiles or any of the derivative spell bullets, the focal point is the projectile entity. Okay. Naturally, for circle spell bullets, the focal point will be the spell circle. Selector caster always remains unchanged. 32 block limit on spells exists around the focal point. So the alternate spell bullet, so these alternate spell bullets allow for spell effects to happen further away. Furthermore, a spell can always affect its caster, even if the caster is outside the 32 block radius of the focal point. So that's interesting. So we could do like a grenade or something down a ravine, that does something to us, even though that spell ball is like super far away. That's kind of interesting. The spell detonator item can only detonate charges in a 32 block radius. All right, well, I don't know how useful these things are going to be. Obviously, we could do something like a grenade that literally will explode on itself, like a certain blast damage after 3 seconds, which could be a lot of fun. But I'm not sure about any other uses for that. I'm sure things will come up eventually, but let's try and make one of those. I'll try and make a grenade or whatever it is required for us to complete this. I guess just a selector focal point is what we need. So we're just going to make a spell bullet grenade kind of a thing. Yeah, let me try and make one of those and we'll be right back, guys. Cool. So I went ahead and I set up one for the focal point grenade. Yep. So we're using the selector focal point. This should be on the selector on wherever the grenade lands. We're getting the entity position of that. And then we're using that in the trick explode for the position. We're giving it a power of 1. So it's similar to the thing where I was just looking at the ground, right-clicking it, and then we'd get a little explosion there. Now I should be able to shoot a projectile, and wherever that lands, it'll do that same thing. At least that's the idea that I'm understanding from this. So we'll do that. Let's get, I guess, Entities 101 we'll take out. We'll do a focal point grenade. We'll put that into our casting assistance device. We're probably going to want to go outside. Actually, I guess we could kind of shoot it up against the wall over here. It won't be that big of a deal. Let's try this. This one. Focal point grenade. Right click. Isn't that supposed to explode after like 3 seconds? Hello? Am I just going to have a little sparkly thing here for forever? Okay. Did I do something wrong there? I might have done something wrong. We'll just cover that up. That thing doesn't exist anymore. Let's try on the grass. It doesn't appear to be doing anything, and I don't know why. Maybe I didn't read this thing properly, but now we're gonna have those little sparkly things everywhere. So yeah, we're doing a trick explode on the entity position. And the focal point, I mean, everything looks right. It's just not exploding, and I don't know why. I wonder if there is a problem with these in 1.10.2. Oh, and eventually it just kind of burns itself out. Okay, well, maybe I have to do a little bit more research on this and figure out what I did wrong. I mean, but we can put these things everywhere. We got little sparkly things, but they don't do anything. Okay, well, let me try and figure out what I've done wrong, if anything, and we'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, well, I've been scratching my head over this problem for a while now. I was trying to figure out what the deal was. I tried making myself a different CAD assembly. We went with the gold one. I was thinking maybe it was a problem with the potency wasn't high enough. The one that we had before was a potency of 100. This is 150. It's got slightly less efficiency. I'm really not sure how all those numbers come into play. But anyway, I tried the gold one that didn't really make any difference. Yeah, I was looking all over the internet. I spent like an hour or so looking at forum posts. I even went to the GitHub to see if the GitHub page for this mod to see if I could try and look through the code and see what I was doing wrong. Anyway, as it turns out, I still don't know what's wrong, but what I do know is that I tried this in a creative mode, and it looks like the same exact spell with the projectile spell bullet works. The ones with the grenade doesn't. I can only imagine that the grenade one is broken, right? I haven't tried this yet. We haven't leveled up. Let's learn that. I guess we'll put it into this one. So this is the same exact thing. And this is the only difference is grenade and projectile, right? All right, so wrong button. We need a grab our CAD device, hit C on that, and then we can switch between the two. Yeah, so this is the grenade. Doesn't do anything. If we switch over to this one, which is the projectile, even though it says grenade, it works. Why? I don't know. I was almost thinking that this thing right here needed like the spell detonator, but that was for the charge spell bullet. I think that like throws a charge on the ground that you can use the detonator. I couldn't figure out how to use this thing anyway. I can, like right clicking like does that. I don't know if that's detonating or not. Anyway, yeah, well, we got past that. We got our level up. That's all that really matters, right? So if we go back in here, the next one's block works, and this one looked like it was going to be a little crazy. Because, yeah, we have like this axial look and vector, axial ray cast, and oh my goodness. But this sounds like that's going to be pretty cool because trick place block, that means I can point at something and be like, make a block right there, and a block will appear. So that could be used kind of like, I guess, the angel block or whatever from extra utilities. Like if you could fly up in the sky or whatever, look down, place a block right below you, and you can land on it, that'd be pretty cool. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and take a minute to read through this. It looks like there is a lot of text here. Let me go ahead and read through this, see what we can find out, and we'll be right back. Whew, guys, this stuff is like really kind of almost above my level. Like it's going to take me a while before I really get a grasp on this. I keep having to make some of these spell programmers to capture different things. Like I got one here called debug. Let's go ahead and equip that. So debug, what this one is this is doing the trick debug, and it's showing the vector access raycast. So that sounds intimidating, right? So basically what this does, let's just right click it. It's easier to see. So the vector says 0, 0, 1. So that means I'm looking along the Z axis, right? If I go this way and I click it, now it says 1, 0, 0. That means I'm looking along the positive X axis. If I go this way, now I'm looking along whatever. Anyway, you guys kind of got the idea, right? So if I'm looking up, it goes -1. If I look down, it goes +1. I'm not sure why it's saying null. If I look dead on, it doesn't work, does it? Weird. I don't know. Anyway, so that's what the vector is basically it gives you a +1 or -1 depending on which direction you're looking. Okay, so anyway, I got a couple of these things kind of working. I wanted to show you this. So let's go to, I guess we'll do debug here. Let's add place block to the device. So as I was talking about before, it would be cool to have one of these things and you could place a block like when you're flying as you could with an angel block. Well, that's pretty much what this one does. Let's go take a look and see how this works. So if I'm up here flying and I click this button, I now have a block right below me. Why everything got dark with that below me, I don't know. Maybe I'm partially in the block. Maybe that's what that is. So anyway, yeah, we can place a block in midair with this thing, but it always places it like directly below me. I look up, it's still below me. If I point it down, it's still below me. So the way this thing is set up is that it is taking my position and it is adding -2 to the y-axis wherever I'm at, and it places a block there. This also works only with the blocks to the right of wherever your cat is. So you have to have blocks on the hotbar in order for this to work. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. We can just fly around all the way up to sky limit should we choose to and just place a block. Then we can build off that. I like that. That alone makes learning Psi totally worth it. All right, so that is one thing. I'll show you how that one works. It's pretty easy. Yeah, that only took me a few minutes to figure this one out. So placing the block, it looks kind of complicated. So we're placing the block and we're taking a vector sum. So it's combining this -2 with where I'm currently at, my entity position, where I'm standing. It's adding -2 to the y. And then we're using the vector construct. We're just making a vector out of a 0, -2, 0 is what we're doing. So that's how that works. Not that bad once you kind of learn it. Break block sequence. This is getting a little bit more out of control. Yeah. I got this thing. I placed all these things and it kind of works. Like, let's go ahead and load this one up. I would explain it, but it doesn't really work properly. So if I walk up to this wall and I right click, it breaks the block. So it does that. It did the thing. It's not the right block that I wanted to break though. So that's kind of a problem. So yeah, if I'm here and I'm facing this block and I right click, it breaks this one. I kind of wanted to break the one that was in front of me. So I did something wrong, obviously. But another thing about this, like if I come over here and I right click, it doesn't do anything. I think it's trying to break a block behind me or something. Look at this side of the wall, nothing. If I look at this side of the wall, it kind of works. Kind of does the same thing, right? Doesn't work over here, facing down, facing up. Yeah, so I got to break a block. I did a thing. And if I'm facing here, I think it breaks that torch. So yeah, anyway, I'm still learning this mod. It's still kind of cool. The fact that you can go up in the air and place a block, that is pretty cool. Place block. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I did that all on my own. I learned how to do it. So there is a website out there. I think it's on the Reddit called Psi Compendium or something like that. Anyway, it's got a list of a bunch of psi spells that people have already figured out. You can copy and paste them into your spell programmer. If you didn't know that, you can export spells and it copies it to your system clipboard. So you can like press shift and click this, and then you can delete everything if you wanted to. And then you can do shift and import, and the spell's right back there. So that's kind of cool. So if you have multiple CADs, you can move that spell around. You can copy it to your clipboard, paste it in a notepad, paste it in a paste bin, or copy it off the internet and paste it into your own thing. So that's pretty cool. I really don't know what I'm doing, but even though like this break block sequence didn't really do what I wanted to do, it did level me up. I was testing it and I ended up leveling. So Psi Metal Infusion is the next one. I think I might be done with Psi for today though, guys. We've been kind of working on it a lot last time. We worked on it a lot today. I think I need a break from it. So anyway, guys, I was thinking this place block thing would be good to place below us so we could build like a mob trap up at build limit or close to build limit anyway. So I went ahead and I did something like that. It's just a small little thing. It was kind of like a little test proof of concept. This looks kind of weird with this, with the blocks placed in such a way. I had to do that because we have the hole in the center here, and sunlight was going down over and then up and making some of the spots like not spawnable, like especially during daytime. So if I remove that block, you can see we got a couple of yellow dots here. If I put this block back, it's all red in there. So all of those are properly spawnable spots. I have this cobblestone set like 24 blocks away, so I should be able to sit here and mobs can spawn in there. I've seen creepers and skeletons and things like that spawn in there. But anyway, it's a rather small spawning area. If I want to do this properly, I'd probably want to do this over the ocean, because after I built this, I noticed when I looked down that, yeah, we're in that mountain. That mountain is still kind of close to us. You want to build these mob traps like at build height, so you're more than 128 blocks away from the caves down below or any of the mob spawnable spots. And yeah, that being a big hill right below me, yeah, that doesn't help what we're trying to do here. So anyway, this was just a proof of concept. Yeah, fly out somewhere, you can place a block below you, and then you can start building, yeah, like a mob trap or something. So I kind of wanted to do this because we do need ender pearls. Whoop, didn't mean to fly all the way down here. Yeah, we need ender pearls so we can make the Eyes of Ender. Yeah, once we have Eyes of Ender, we can find our stronghold and open the portal to the end. So that was kind of the idea that I wanted to do, but yeah, this isn't gonna work, obviously. It's way too small. I was hoping that if this would be high up enough off the ground, though, that we'd still see some spawns, like, relatively quickly. And while I can get some mobs to spawn in there every now and then, it's really not that fast. And I really think it's because of that hill down there. Anyway, I'll have to do this again over an ocean or something. We had plenty of ocean over here. Yeah, we saw the pirate ships and things like that. So that might be a good spot to do it. And I'll have to build something just a little bit bigger. But yeah, I was trying to make this just as a fall trap. So mobs would spawn and they'd fall down. Yeah, we don't have anything like fans in 1.10.2, unfortunately. Nothing that I could see. We have the attractor obelisk from Ender.io, which, you know, kind of does what we want. Kind of, but we need to provide it with a lot of power. We really don't have power to provide, so yeah, not really gonna work. Anyway, I just kind of want to set up like a big spawning room. I'll kill Endermen by hand. It's not a big deal. We'll get some looting action happening on them. Yeah, I think I'll set something up a little bit better over the ocean, like I said. So let me do that. Tear this thing, this monstrosity down. It's like directly above our base. Go over there, set another one up, a little bit bigger, and hopefully a little bit better since it'll be over the ocean. We'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, well I feel like there's something changed with mob spawning mechanics in 1.10, at least compared to what I'm used to. So I set up a spawner. This is similar to the same kind of spawner that I set up in like a skyblock style map. I didn't do anything fancy because we don't have ways to move mobs around. Well, we can push them with water, right? But we want to get Enderman, and if an Enderman touches water, it's going to fly away. So the idea is we have this like far up above the land down below, which is just ocean below me pretty much. And I have the beacon set. So if I'm within 24, it goes away. So anywhere that we see that beacon, the actual beam, we should be far enough away where monsters can't spawn. So I've been sitting here watching this thing for a while, and I'm not really seeing a lot of monsters spawn. And I don't know if it's because I built it like 10 blocks lower than the build limit or not, but even still, like down below is just ocean. So we still have quite a bit of buffer between the land, or I guess the caves below, and the ocean bottom, right? So yeah, this isn't working too well. I was thinking we'd be able to spawn in monsters pretty quickly using some kind of a simple spawner like this, and I'd be able to get some ender pearls, but no, that doesn't really work. So what we're going to end up having to do is like what we do back most of the time when we hunt for endermen. What are you? Are you an enderman? You're an enderman. You're a witch. I thought you were an enderman. What we're going to have to do is probably just go to a desert like we do. So endermen are very easy to spot. Fly around. The sounds these witches make are so weird. I haven't really heard them before. Yeah, I didn't know they make it sound when they drink potions too. But anyway, we'll probably end up having to go to the desert and just, poke endermen with our sword like we do, which is fine. I just didn't really want to do that. I thought this would be a faster way. Nope, I was wrong. Well, after all that derping around, it seems like just running around to like an open field like this plains. I said desert before, but plains works just the same. Somewhere where there isn't a lot of trees, pretty much is what you need to do. It just seems like this is the easiest way to do it. You can kind of hover above the enderman and they can't really touch you. Most of the time they don't run away. This one is, let me just get rid of these zombies real quick. But yeah, they just kind of like push you around a little bit. They're not really doing much damage. Like, can I please hit you? Like he's moving me in such a way where I can't swing at him. Come here. Maybe I'm just a little too high up. I don't know. Let me move down a little bit. But yeah, it seems like he pushes you around, but he's not really doing any damage, so that's fine with me. We're getting ender pearls pretty regularly this way. I've gotten 7 of them so far, so I just need to continue doing this, just going around, finding the endermen and taking care of them. Yeah, being able to fly so fast, we can go to the edge of the plains and the mobs on the other side despawn, which allow more to spawn in, which is cool. So we can get more mob spawns and get more endermen a little bit faster. Come here, guy. Hi. You don't even know how to hurt me, do you? Enderman head. Cool. But anyway, let me continue doing this, guys. We'll be back. Well, guys, we ended up with 10 ender pearls, so that's not so bad. I think we're still going to need a few more in order to make the Eyes of Ender to throw to find the portal, and then to open the portal up. So anyway, that's things that I'll do off camera. I really would like to go try and fight the dragon. I haven't done that in 1.10 at all. And I don't know how difficult it's going to be in this particular mod pack. It'll probably be pretty easy compared to doing it vanilla, since we can fly. But anyway, it's still something that I'm interested in doing. But yeah, guys, I think we're going to go and wrap the episode up here for today. Kind of derping around, had a little bit of fails, had a little bit of win with Sai. A lot of fails with setting up the mob trap. But we got our ender pearls in the end. That's all you can really ask for, right? Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you did like it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.